On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to take a look at some pedals. But before we get into that, we'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, clicking on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. And in this case, Keeley Electronics came up big for us, helped us out. And we're going to look at all 5 of their 4-in-1 pedals tonight, plus a little bonus pedal. Right. And the Beard's going to tell you how we're going to approach this.
Yeah, so if you had, I mean, Tube Screamer, Blues Breaker, Blues Driver, Big Muff, Rat, help me out.
A DS1.
DS1, I know, Nobles.
A Big Muff.
Yeah.
A Civil War Big Muff, nonetheless.
So it's really like getting 10 pedals in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So if you had 10 pedals show up all at one time and you're like, what would you do? Probably plug them all in and start diving into them.
Right.
So we're not going to get into which one's the Tube Screamer, which one's the Blue Driver tonight. We're not going to get into the really cool thing about these pedals, which is that you have 2 switches, one for the drive, one for the tone. Mm-hmm. And so I can have them both up and be like a Tube Screamer, pull them both down, be a Nobles Overdrive pedal. Mm-hmm. And then I can start like mix and matching, right? So we're not going to mix and match tonight too much. Maybe one time. Yeah. We just wanted to plug them in and like, how do I pick which one I like?
Right.
So, yeah.
So we hired a band.
Right. Never do the Ditto looper thing.
So a Ditto looper. And any delay you hear is the bonus pedal. It is also another Keeley pedal. It is the magical Halo pedal. We used it on every clip. It's his work with Andy Timmons that made this possible.
You've never seen an episode on that pedal?
Had to take it off my board to bring it.
Because it went straight to his board and never came back. This is the first time.
Welcome to the studio.
It's been around for about 2 years. I think this is the first time I've ever heard me playing through it. So yeah. Anyway, put all of them in line. There could be some argument here, but we kind of tried to do it from like kind of the least gain to the most gain.
Yep.
You can make some arguments whether the Blues Driver or the Tube Screamer is more gain, less gain.
Right.
Just in general, we were kind of like, let's go more gain as we go. Played a little riff into the Ditto looper. You'll see that. Put the guitar down. Let the riff play on the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. And then we'll take a little pause and tell you what we did with the switches.
And 0 tone shaping. All 12 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean,
all 12 o'clock.
And we have to say it. Like, this is probably not the way the pedals are intended to be used. All right. So, yeah, we get it. Like, oh, we should have turned the tone up there, or the drive down there, or the gain up there. But it was like, let's just put them all at 12.
You know what we should probably do? We should probably do an individual episode on each one of these.
We should probably do that. So maybe after this episode, we'll come back and turn those knobs for you. But here, let's take the first clip, first run through. Ditto looper with the Paul Reed Smith. It's all Paul Reed Smith all the time last night. We got a bunch of cool pedals. We're going to play some of our favorite guitars. This is my McCarty. Sounds like this. So that clip was with all the switches up. So what we did is we turned the Ditto looper off, pushed all the switches down to the other side, re-engaged the Ditto looper, ran through it again, and it sounds like this.
All right, so one other thing we wanted to do, so that was humbuckers. We wanted to go single coil, so I grabbed the PRS Silver Sky. We did the same thing, put something through the Ditto looper, the Halo, and also the Tyler. And this is my pass at all of the toggle switches up. All right, coming out of that, you'll be surprised to know we flipped all the toggle switches down, engaged the Ditto looper again, and here you are.
So that was pretty much supposed to be the end of the video, but Pat got a great idea. He's like, we have the Ditto looper. Why don't we record a little clip, pick a pedal, and then jam over a little bit, maybe dial that pedal in a little bit more than we were dialing them in before. So, Pat, why don't... Now, I'm going to say it. Pat's tone on this jam of his is epic. Like, I don't even want to put mine in the video at this point, but what'd you do?
Well, I started with the Mark III driver, and I have my 95 PRS. I guess it's a standard 24. It has Dragon pickups in it. And so I had the Mark III driver as my rhythm, and I grabbed the Halo and I put it in the Andy Timmons side that has the dual delay for the rhythm. And then for the lead, I went to a place I've never gone before. I've never played a big muff, and I don't think I've ever played a DS1. So I went right to the angry orange, of course, go for a pedal that you've never used before. And I used the tone side of the muff and the drive side of the DS1, flipped the Halo to the other side for a lead tone, and this is what I did.
got my PRS McCarty Hollow Body. Just did a video on this. Just got it back from PRS. There's a reason I'm grabbing it. So I grabbed that because it feels really nice. And I had set up it's not the Muse. What is
the
it?
Mark III driver.
No, yes.
Formerly known as. The artist formerly known as.
Mark III driver for a nice rhythm sound. I think I just turned down the drive a little bit. Chorded 2 chords to play over top of. And then I wanted to do something that was kind of out of character. So I went switches down on the orange. What is it?
The Super Rodent.
The Super Rodent. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
The orange rodent. That would be one that ate too much cheese.
Down. It's a rat pedal, right?
Yes.
Basically.
Yep,
So it's the rat setting on that pedal. Mm-hmm. A little over the top, whatever. And pick something that I'm allowed to play sloppy on. I think we're going to save the final thoughts, the banter, the too much talk, folks, for the individual episodes when we get into each individual pedal.
But we don't want to get out of here before we thank Keeley for making this possible. This is a pretty amazing situation we have going on down here, and we look forward to playing them more.
Right. So with that, anytime you subscribe, click the notification bell, hit the like button, leave a comment. You're interacting with the show, and that's what helps. That's what helps us interact with cool people like Keeley Electronics, so we can bring cool gear to share with you. And with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.